Okay, we'll do the swivel knife cuts. Now, this is a nice and thick leather. I did not bother to put anything on the back to stabilize the leather. It won't distort too much. On this thickness, this is probably about a 8 ounce thickness, 9 ounce, very thick. So you can see that its color is starting to return to natural. So at this stage it would be perfect for stamping, using all the stamps. But I am going to give it another layer of moisture here. Because I prefer it to be slightly more wet when you do the swivel knife cuts. So there we go. I'm happy with that. Then the swivel knife cuts. The swivel knife held as you would pick it up, like that. Forefinger in the saddle, and then you hold it with those fingers. That's the only movement you need from that swivel knife. Okay, so now the swivel knife always stays upright, never leans sideways like that. But when you put it down on the leather, it leads slightly forward because it's only the very, very tip that does the cutting. So here we go, and that's about the angle you want it at. So very carefully follow that line, and where it ends you just ease off so that it is gradual, like that. On a thick piece of leather like this, you can press quite hard. You want to go about a third into the depth of the leather. Where two lines get together like that in front, you don't want to touch those, so you just avoid touching them slightly. And you cut until a point where it becomes uncomfortable. Then you turn the leather and you can proceed with that cut further until it's uncomfortable for your hand again. You turn the leather, the slower you work, the more accurate those cuts are. But the main thing is to not have this swivel knife lean sideways. So if I can show you kind of from the front, when it's leaning forward, as I go around that bend, it's still leaning forward, not sideways. And there I am. So that's how you cut the whole thing. Again, like I said to you with the tracing, make sure you cut one entity at a time. So the flower is on top. So I should have started with the flower. You kind of work your way down from the top. So this petal is on top of everything else. So I can start with it here. This petal is also on top, so I'll start with that. And then I'm becoming uncomfortable, so I turn it. Then I can proceed with cutting And there we go. And that's how you're going to cut the whole design, every line meticulously like that.